Hello and welcome, Adam Thomas from Balancing Touch Reflexology. So good to see you and thanks for joining me today. Well, today I'm down on the ground and we're going to look at what these are. So these are toe spreaders, okay? What they do is they spread our toes, right? They give us space. We put our toes in between here and it allows our toes to have more space. So a healthy foot in general should have toes that can, move apart and they're not all, on top of each other or twisted or calloused or things like that. And it's shaped kind of like this. And usually this is the widest part of the foot here and the toes kind of keep going up that way, right? But a lot of footwear, for example, doesn't allow for our feet to be in a natural position because it squishes our, a lot of shoes come to a point at the end here and our toes in the shoe, the toe box of the shoe, doesn't allow for a lot of movement, right? So they get squished and then we walk around on flat surfaces and there's not a lot of movement that our toes get, right? Where maybe if we didn't have live in cities and flat grounds and stuff like that, you would get a lot more kind of stimulation on your feet and a lot more movement in the toes, right? Just from walking around. So our feet get a little bit tired and they get, things like calluses and corns and plantar fasciitis and a whole bunch of itises and problems that we get with the feet because they're not being used as much as possible. So these things are toe spreaders and they are a great tool for us to have. So here's some here. This is what these look like. They're made out of foam. I got them in Japan. They're really great. And I use them a lot. So I'll show you how to use them in a sec. Here is another. I'll actually put the link in the description below. So you can check these out as well, because these are really great. And you can see here that they're like silicone-y, sort of, right? They're stretchy and they serve a little bit the same purpose, but you can use them for some different, different uses or more uses you can use these for, which I'll share with you in a second. And the last one is you have some toe spreaders right here, right? Because you can get in between your fingers, in between your toes, right? Like so. There you go. There's a toe spreader right there. So this one here is foam, and I'll show you how it goes on here. So this one goes in between there, and then it just follows, and it just separates your toes like so. You see that? There you go. That's what it looks like there. I'll put on the other one. Okay, so this goes here, wraps around this way. And you may notice that, for example, my left toes are a little more stubborn than the right is, right? And so there you go there. And look, you can actually step and walk around in these. These are quite thick, and I have been wearing these for a while, so they're not going to irritate me and bug me. But for some of you out there who really the toes are quite stiff and tight together, this might be a little bit difficult and uncomfortable for you. And if that's the case, then you can just wear them for a little bit and then take them off. So in the perfect world, how I like to wear these is I'll go and have a bath or something after, at the end of the day, soak in the tub for a bit, and then, come out and maybe watch something on TV or just kind of relax, read a book or something like that. And so what I'll do is I'll put them on, and then after maybe 20 minutes or longer, my feet will kind of go, okay, that's enough. And then I will just simply take them off. But they feel really great. They allow all the muscles to kind of relax a bit while you're also relaxing, right? And so that's really good that way. So these ones are a lot more kind of, not, I wouldn't say delicate, but they feel a lot more delicate than the ones that I just was using, right? But these go on like so in between, so they can be a little bit more difficult to put on. Just bear with me for a second while I put these on. And yeah, I really want them to be in the webbing. So if it's on a bigger scale on my fingers here, I want it to be right in the webbing, and then that feels really nice. And then that will also give the greatest stretch in the toes, right? So I'll put this one on this side as well. There we go there. So these ones, they feel a lot more like they're part of my feet, where, they're a little bit more, I don't know if they're more comfortable, but yeah, they're kind of more comfortable. So, again, I can walk around and wear these. So these ones I can probably wear a little bit easier than these foam ones, right? Because they're quite a bit more thick and they kind of just push it, they're more rigid, right? So they're sort of pushing my toes apart a little bit more. But these ones are really cool because you can kind of do like different exercises, for example, while you're wearing this. You can also do it when you're wearing these foam ones as well, but you can also do a little bit of ball work with these on. If you have shoes that have a really wide toe box in them, you can actually wear these inside the shoes, right? So that's a kind of a cool advantage to these. You can probably wear them a bit more, because I could not fit these on and then, put them inside of shoe. It's just not going to work for me. But these ones, on the other hand, do, right? These ones here, there's just a lot more material, and as you can see right there, right, it's a little bit more to deal with if you were to put them in shoes and that sort of thing. Is one better than the other? Not really. I enjoy using both of them, right? These ones kind of disappear a little bit easier, like they kind of just, once I wear them for a bit, it feels like I'm not wearing anything, so that's kind of cool. I do feel these ones give a bit more of a stretch than these do, but on the other hand, you can wear these longer, so yeah, I don't really know. They're tools, right? They're not meant to replace the feet. The ideal thing here is that your feet get enough exposure to being separated and stuff that eventually you can open up, I can do it better on my right foot here, but you can splay your toes a lot easier, right? And that's our goal right there, is to be able to actually open up our toes and have them move, and that way we get more, it's more of a foundation for us to walk around on, right? We can use our hands. So same thing, I will go and have a nice warm bath or something like that, and then I will put my fingers in like this, because sometimes I don't want to go and search for those and dig them out, right? And you can just put it in this way. So here, I'll show you a couple different things here. So this would be, if you just put in the tips of your fingers into there, so you can see there that I just have the tips of my fingers, and I feel a nice stretch, right? My fingers are a little more bony than the foam or the silicone, and so I feel it a bit more. So that's also can be a good thing as well, as you're giving yourself kind of a a deeper kind of stimulation massage as well. So this would be like kind of phase 1, where just get something in between your toes, right? Just to spread them out. And you want to be here for, at least 5 minutes, right? To try and, allow the muscles to open up and relax. And that's because that's our goal right here, is to have your toes open and stretching. And when you leave them, when you leave muscles sort of stretching for longer, then they finally go, right? They take a big breath and actually relax into it, right? So that's phase 1 there. But when you get your toes a lot more flexible, what you do is you get right in to try and put almost the webbing of your fingers in with the webbing of your toes, right? And that's what you really want to do there, right? So it's kind of like you're doing, interlacing your hands, right? Except we're interlacing our fingers. And so when I do this, I keep my thumb on the outside, right? You can see here that my thumb's up top, and then I go, in between each one. And then that way it ends up nice. So there you go there. That's a great way to spread your toes. So again, the advantages and, sort of benefits of doing this is it allows your body to have more of a foundation, right? If you're standing on something like this versus you're standing on something more like this, you're going to have better posture, right? There's more stability. There's more, you're gonna be more stable on your feet, right? So if you tend to be a person who's a little bit clumsy and things like that, look down at your feet. Are you able to actually open up your toes, right? And if you're not, this is going to be a major benefit to you, is to be able to open up your toes, right? So, yeah. So I hope that makes sense. I would recommend getting these. They're really inexpensive. Oh yeah, that's another thing too, is these are not actually for doing pedicures, right? You can find them, but those are really flimsy. They're almost half the width of this, like the half the thickness. And so when you put them in, they're really flimsy and they don't actually work that well. So I wouldn't recommend buying those. I would actually look for something like this. I've had some clients that are really, wanting to fix their feet right away, so they, put them on at night and go to sleep with them on. I wouldn't recommend that. You want to actually be aware when you're using these. To feel, right? You want to feel your feet relaxing. It's like a bit of an exercise, right? You don't want to just, put on something and go to sleep and hopefully it does a magic trick. Your feet are all happy. It doesn't work that way. Being aware and feeling your feet stretching and feeling your body moving is going to be more beneficial for you. Anyway, I just thought I would do a longer video about what these are, how they look, how to use them. So hopefully that was helpful for you. So yeah, until next time, this is Adam Thomas from Balancing Touch Reflexology. Remember to keep these feet happy. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. If you're interested in learning more about reflexology, you can subscribe to the channel below. It's also very helpful to hit that like button, and feel free to share it with anybody who you think might be interested in it. You can find my online courses, Reflexology Charts, and other reflexology goodies over on my website, which is balancingtouch.ca. Thank you so much for watching today, and if you have some more time, you can check out some other videos. Till next time, this is Adam Thomas from balancingtouch.ca. See you later.